streaming on clickorlando.com, you're watching News 6 at 10 p.m.
Right now at 10, a fiery scene in Louisville, Kentucky. A plane crashes right after takeoff. What we know about this so far.
And a big upset in a local election tonight. Democrat Tom Keene beating the lone Republican on the Orlando City Council, Jim Gray. Gray has represented District 1 for more than a decade. He was elected back in 2012. Keene promised to make big changes on the issues impacting District 1 like fast growth and traffic problems. Now, it's important to keep in mind this is not a partisan race, but those party lines could have a hand in the results.
So there have been a lot of big results across Orlando. Half of all the city commission seats were up for grabs tonight, Districts 1, 3, and 5. And even though only 17% of eligible voters voted, the landscape of the city council has changed. We have crews across Orlando scoping one district, 1 through 5 there, where one race was decided and one race was not. But we start tonight in District 5. That was a big one. Former Commissioner Regina Hill, who was removed from her seat after she was arrested for defrauding an elderly person. She's only been accused in that case and charged. She was running to get her job back. Her opponents were Lawana Gelzer and sitting Commissioner Shan Rose. Your Orlando community correspondent Troy Campbell's been following this race and was able to talk to the winner tonight.
Yeah, once those results came in just after 7 p.m., we showed up here to a Rome Cafe. That's because if you take a look inside, you can see a huge crowd of supporters of Commissioner Shan Rose. Of course, we had to speak with her about her win. What do you think this win means?
It means that the residents, the businesses, and the visitors like what I'm doing, and they want me to keep working for them.
Interim Orlando District 5 City Commissioner Shan Rose, reacting to her win in Tuesday's election for Orlando's District 5. What is your message to everyone who voted for you and everyone who didn't but lives in your district?
I love you, and I look forward to serving you for the next 4 years.
Preliminary totals show her winning more than 50% of the vote. Coming up short with just more than 30% of the vote is former Orlando Commissioner Regina Hill. She was hoping to take back her seat after being removed by Governor Ron DeSantis, following her 2024 arrest for mortgage fraud and elderly exploitation. We spoke with her when she went to vote on Tuesday outside the Rock Lake Neighborhood Center.
Gone and voted for myself 3 other times, but this one means a whole lot more because, you know, it's been a journey, and for me to be on the ballot, for the people to decide to send me back to City Hall to do the people's business, and just knowing that God still favors me.
Rose says it was a tough campaign, but is now looking forward towards the future.
You serve the district, the results speak for themselves, and that's what I've been doing. I've been doing my 3 Ps, purpose, presence, and putting the people in District 5 first, and it shows in the results tonight. People really want me to continue to serve them, and I'm grateful for the opportunity.
And Rose says she does have plans for affordable housing projects and plans to continue addressing crime in downtown. In Orlando, I'm your community correspondent, Troy Campbell, News 6.
While candidates were able to declare a victory in District 1 and 5, it is a different story in District 3, where no candidate was able to get more than 50% of the vote. Our team coverage continues tonight with your Orlando community correspondent, Mike Valenti.
In a field of 5 candidates, only Roger Chapin and Mira Tana got enough votes to force a runoff in December. At last check, only a dozen votes separate Chapin and Tana in a race to replace outgoing Commissioner Robert Stewart.
Every vote counts. We knew we were going to be in a runoff. We weren't exactly sure with who, but clearly she ran a great campaign, and it's going to be the 2 of us.
We were outraised 3-1, and we still came just neck and neck with the lead candidate here, and we're feeling really good about the runoff.
The residents that I listen to, affordability is top of mind, safety, connectivity in the neighborhoods, walkability, transit.
People care about safe streets. They want to make sure our streets are walkable, bikeable, and they can let their kids run and play. They want public transit. I'm amazed at how much support I've heard for public transit, a public transit system that really works for us.
Both candidates have garnered support from some prominent names in our area. Orange County Sheriff John Mina and Orlando Mayor Buddy Dyer were at Chapin's election night party Tuesday, and Congressman Maxwell Frost walked in side by side with Mira Tanna. The runoff election is set for December 9th. In the newsroom, Mike Valenti, News 6.
We're also following municipal elections across 3 other counties in Central Florida tonight. Maybe one of the races we've covered the most is for Groveland's District 4 City Council seat. Michael J. Cox beat Jim O'Neill for the seat. Both of them were the top vote getters in an August election in a 3-way race against incumbent Judith Fike. Former council member Fike was in the headlines over the summer after the city's vice mayor brought up several tweets allegedly written by Fike. The mayor called them, quote, hateful and racist. Fike maintained some of the posts were not written by her. She was removed from her seat, but a court ordered her returned, saying neither the city charter nor its ethics policy allowed for her removal. It's worth noting Fike wasn't the only candidate with a controversy in this race either. Jim O'Neill is facing both criminal charges and a civil lawsuit. He's accused of seeing a man driving at what he thought was a high rate of speed through a neighborhood and decided to follow him. They got into a confrontation with O'Neill telling officers he pushed the man and accidentally headbutted him. Police called the claim of an accidental headbutt unlikely given the height difference between the 2 men.
Turning to New York City now for a race everybody's paying attention to. The Associated Press has called that mayoral election for Democrat Zohran Mamdani. Mamdani faced former Governor Andrew Cuomo running as an independent and Republican Curtis Sliwa last night. President Trump threw his support behind Cuomo. Mamdani is a self-described Democratic socialist and promised to tackle cost of living concerns for New Yorkers. 34 years old, he is the youngest mayor of New York in more than 100 years. Turning now to another big race a lot of people have been following. In Virginia, Democrat Representative Abigail Spanberger beat Lieutenant Governor Winsome Sears, flipping the office from red to blue for the state's governor's race. Of course, we're going to have all the election results for races across the country and where you live. Just go to clickorlando.com.
Turning now to a developing story out of Louisville, Kentucky. At least 3 people are dead after a UPS plane crashed shortly after takeoff. The video is just stunning, showing the plane in flames off the tarmac, with many trying to figure out exactly what happened.
I can confirm that there was no specifically hazardous cargo on board of the plane that would create an environmental issue for those around the site, but the impact and where it impacted could create those types of situations. So please, if there is a shelter in place, follow it.
And police have either issued a shelter-in-place order within 5 miles of the airport. The FAA says it will investigate the crash with the National Transportation Safety Board. The big news here at home, the estranged wife of suspended Osceola Sheriff Marcos Lopez will stand trial next week. Robin Severance Lopez is facing 2 counts of conspiracy to commit racketeering. It's all in connection to an illegal gambling case that Marcos Lopez is also charged in. Nearly 2 weeks ago, Robin Severance Lopez was rearrested and accused of lying on an application to change her bail conditions following her initial arrest. Severance Lopez is now set to face a jury next week on her original charges. A pretrial conference is set for Thursday, and the trial is expected to begin Monday with jury selection.
An update in Lake County now, where leaders in Mount Dora have officially declared a state of emergency after they saw some pretty historic flooding last week. Wolf Branch Road was one of several roads that was washed out here. Your Lake County community correspondent, Emily McLeod, got a look at the progress so far.
I'm your Lake County community correspondent, Emily McLeod. I'm here on Wolf Branch Road, and we have some good news for people who use this road frequently. The county says this road could be reopened in 4 weeks, but this isn't the only road project Lake County is currently working on. They're also working on fixing Britt Road, which has been closed since Hurricane Milton back in 2024. You can see here on Wolf Branch Road, still some equipment is out here from crews working. These 2 washouts, they're really not far apart from each other. Both of these road washouts have impacted how people get around the county. But now the county says they're looking at environmental factors as they rebuild both of these roads to make sure it doesn't happen again.
We're making some tremendous improvement.
Signs of progress on Wolf Branch Road. Wolf Branch was washed out during Hurricane Milton in 2024 and then again a year later after historic amounts of rain swept through Lake County in late October.
We've got about 10 people on the job right now. We're making a lot of progress. We're making some enhancements and improvements to that road as we're rebuilding it.
The county says the completion date relies on work that must be completed by gas and electric companies first, and says the road will be improved by increasing drainage capacity and modifying the road itself.
We're raising the road about 12 to 18 inches so that we can handle some of the runoff that might come over the road, but we're shoring up the sides of the road itself, and we're adding 2 additional large culverts in a system that will be able to handle more runoff.
Lake County Commissioner Leslie Campione also giving an update on Britt Road repairs. Britt Road has been shut down since it was washed out during Hurricane Milton in 2024. The county took a big step forward back in August when it approved the purchase of the land needed to fix Britt Road for $675,000.
That was a big holdup. That basically was the last 12 months we were working on that.
Campione says after Hurricane Milton, the county did an extensive hydrological study throughout the storm basin.
It told us a lot about how these flowways work, how much water is running through them, what the contributing factors are. And so we're using that as the basis to making some of the decisions that we're making right now.
Now, Commissioner Campione says a lot of people have reached out and asked her why Wolf Branch can get fixed so much quicker than Britt Road, and the county says it comes down to property ownership. Initially, the county did not own the land needed to be able to fix Britt Road, and Commissioner Campione says if they had simply patched Britt Road, it would have threatened safety and stability. For more details on these road repairs and timelines, we've got all of that information inside this article over on clickorlando.com. For now, reporting in Lake County, I'm your Lake County community correspondent, Emily McLeod, News 6.
I've been all over the world, and I've never seen a community and a school that is this well done, tight-knit, and just good.
We've got a school that went from 400 kids down to 200 kids over 10 years. What are we going to do?
A special meeting in Cape Canaveral on whether to close down Cape View Elementary School. As of right now, the plan is to close down the school and send those 270 students to Roosevelt Elementary over in Cocoa Beach. The district blames declining enrollment, saying the Cape Canaveral population is getting older. The final vote on whether to keep the school open will be November 18th.
Well, it seems like we're always telling you about all the people moving to Central Florida.
But now we're learning a lot of people might be leaving. Why new research is showing there are plenty of Floridians looking to leave. Jonathan.
Looking. Operative
They're not going to do it.
Doing. That's the next thing. With this weather, I don't know who's looking to leave. Temperatures back to the mid-60s right now. Warmer days are coming before the biggest blast of cold air we've seen so far this season. We're going to highlight it all at about 10:17.
And a couple hoping to get a loan gets scammed instead. Investigator Louis Bolton breaks down the danger of online ads. That's next.
$12.7 billion. That's how much Americans lost last year to scams. Now, the numbers from the FTC show scams rose about 23% from 2023 to 2024.
The third most common type of identity theft from last year was personal or business loans, believe it or not. And that's what happened to one local couple. They're now out thousands of dollars after applying for a loan online. News 6 investigator Lewis Bolden has more in tonight's schemes and ripoffs.
I don't want other people to go through what I went through. It's hard.
When Vanessa Cox looks at the pages of messages and bank transactions, she still can't believe it happened.
I'm dealing with it every day, and it's hard for me not to think about the money that I lost.
Cox was on social media when an ad came up for a loan with Greenish Credit and Lending Corporation, but it was not the real company. She says she clicked, applied, and was immediately approved.
They offered me the 0.25 interest. For like a $20,000 loan. I said, that's a good deal.
The fake company sent her a loan endorsement letter and assigned a fake loan officer, Anika Mabanta, who told her there was a processing fee of $650, which she sent.
They told me that the bank account I sent to them is completely wrong. In order for you to correct your bank account, you're going to send $650 just to correct it.
Long story short, over the next few days, there was always a reason for Cox to send more money, and the transactions kept getting bigger. According to the police report she filed after she realized it was a scam, she sent $18,670.
I didn't even realize that it's all a scam until at the end.
Many of the transactions were made with her debit card. When she tried disputing them with her bank, she got this letter saying there was no unauthorized activity and her claim was denied.
I feel like abandoned by my bank because of my bank refused to help me.
News 6 contacted Capital One. A spokesperson said they cannot discuss individual clients, but sent us this statement reading in part, "We are committed to protecting our customers and their finances, which includes attempting to recoup funds when we are able." End quote.
If you've been the victim of a loan scam, experts say file a police report, watch your credit report, and consider a credit freeze with all 3 credit bureaus. Remember, don't fall for the scheme, don't get ripped off, but if you do, email me at theinvestigators@wkmg.com. I'm Lewis Bolden, News 6.
All right, let's get you over
Ooh.
to, wow.
Is that a live pick?
We have
Live pick.
the bat signal is out tonight. Beautiful
James,
moon.
live
It's
shot
huge.
director.
Hey, Jonathan Kegas, what are you up to?
We're gonna, Matt, does this look bigger and brighter to you?
All right, you're zoomed in. Okay.
So the answer is yes.
This
Yeah,
is
it looks big.
inside joke for anybody who was watching News 6 tonight at 9 o'clock. Looks pretty big to me. It's a supermoon tonight. Live look with our live credit union camera at Port Canaveral, Brevard County. You have to go back and watch it. It's on YouTube. Live look now. Great shot there. Thank you, James, for zooming in on this for us with our Port Canaveral, our port camera at Port Canaveral, of course. You can submit your photos if you were outside tonight. Snap the picture of the moon. There's a section to do that in the free News 6 weather app tonight. Gorgeous shot. It's in and out of some clouds. We do still have those streaming in from the Atlantic Ocean. There's 5 to 6 o'clock on your Wednesday morning with a few scattered clouds out there. Otherwise, I do think we will see more clouds try to stream back in tomorrow afternoon. Those are those higher, thin, wispy clouds tomorrow. It'll help to filter out the sun, so it may look overcast at times, but it's that thin overcast to just kind of filter out the sun a little bit. There's 4 or 5 o'clock on your Thursday morning. We have a mainly cloudy sky, and then I think we'll continue to increase clouds moving into Friday. Air temperatures right now nice and comfy. 65 in Orlando. Palm Bay, good evening. We are at 68. Wildwood, we are checking in at 59 degrees. Tomorrow morning, but a little bit warmer, at least relatively speaking to where we woke up to this morning. We're back to the mid to upper 50s in Ocala, Kissimmee, we're at 63. New Smyrna, we are starting things off at 66 degrees tomorrow. Rebounding into the upper 70s along the coast, lower 80s inland as we gradually warm things up still over the next couple of days. Rain chance is still holding at 0%. And for the most part this week on a widespread scale, we're going to be on the drier side. Stray shower maybe on Friday along the coast, but otherwise we are going to be dry as we gradually warm things back up into this upcoming weekend. You see average high temperature this time of the year hanging around 80 degrees. And we gradually build on that as we move towards the weekend. Saturday, we're at 85. Sunday, we're at 86. And your eyes might be drawn to this big drop here. Big cold front coming on the pipeline Monday into Tuesday. That's going to send high temperatures. Struggling to get out of the middle 60s. I think we could have our first 30s sprinkled in to Central Florida, northwest of I-4. On a widespread scale, I think most of us wake up into the 40s next Tuesday morning. Pretty nice over the next few days. 82 on Thursday, 84 degrees again on Friday. Lots of sunshine and warmer over the weekend. There is that big front that ushers in the coldest air of the season. Highs on Monday back to the middle 70s. And again, it's going to be Tuesday morning. I think that's the coldest morning of the bunch. Most of us start off in the 40s. I think a few 30s, though, going to be sprinkled in well to the northwest of Orlando, guys.
All right, Jonathan, thank you. Well, everybody knows Florida can be really expensive these days.
Yeah, and high prices could make some people think about moving out of state. That story is next.
Florida Atlantic University found that people are still holding on to the American dream, but rising prices are making it harder to attain. Is the American dream still within reach? Florida Atlantic University asked 1,000 Floridians.
And so we wanted to see if Americans are still optimistic about their life and standard of living and the economy in general.
Here's what they found. 90% are somewhat concerned about inflation and 80% are worried about housing affordability. 36% are confident their household will improve over the next few years, while 43% are somewhat confident. And 53% still believe in the American dream.
These are big numbers. They're really concerned. And yet, despite how concerned they are, there's still kind of an unexplained optimism that they still think that things are going to be better in the future.
UCF's Institute for Economic Forecasting director tells me the increased housing prices, mortgage rates, and insurance premiums have put pressure on Floridians.
It's been a challenging time. Inflation is now, coming down. That doesn't mean the prices of everything go back down. It just means prices don't continue to rise at such a rapid rate.
And that even though it's expensive, many people are still working, which could explain consumer optimism.
Right now, the labor market, while hiring has slowed significantly, the unemployment rate remains at historically low levels.
While 53% would consider leaving Florida, Levy thinks it's a misguided perception.
My kind of sense is that people are maybe falling for the grass is greener on the other side.
Living paycheck to paycheck has also become the norm, according to this poll, with over 40% of people saying they currently do. Reporting in Orlando, Stephanie Rodriguez, News 6.
Find all of tonight's stories plus breaking news on News 6 Plus.
It's free to download to your smart TV or streaming device. Have a great night.